wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Dreaded D Rose Report. A number of WWE stars are going to be on hand at the annual San Diego Comic-Con International event taking place this week in San Diego. Among those scheduled for appearances include The Miz, Eve Torres, Jerry Lawler, the Bellas, and John Morrison, Chris Masters, Melina, and Kane. The Bellas is enough for me. I'm on my way. Today is going to be The Miz and Eve. I think from like 12:45 to 1:45. Tomorrow is going to be Jerry the King. 3 weeks ago, by the way, on Raw during the ceremonies honoring Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Mike Rotunda told WWE Hall of Famer that it was unfortunate they never got to wrestle each other. Well, the WWE producer was incorrect. The two wrestled in 1989 at a television taping in West Palm Beach, Florida, during Ricky Steamboat's brief run in the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. So says the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Platinum Championship Wrestling has announced that Austin Creed, or you may know him maybe a little bit more as Consequences Creed in TNA, he signed a new developmental contract with World Wrestling Entertainment. Alright, to specify the injury Triple H most recently underwent surgery for was a torn bicep. The current belief is that it could be as late as December before the game is healthy enough to make his return to the squared circle, with late October being optimistic. Nonetheless, officials are still contemplating doing a multi-time champion heel turn on him, aligning him with Nexus, even though if it were to happen, the angle would have to require to continue for the next 4 months, you know, till he got back, except if you have a torn bicep, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. But it don't stop you from doing this. You can do that for 4 months and probably get away with it. Randy Orton has revealed on his newly launched Twitter account that his first starring film, That's What I Am, will be released in theaters this January. He also noted he's going to be on hand for a taping of the George Lopez late night talk show called Lopez at Night, or Tonight, on Tuesday, August 10th. And finally, Orton said he's never had accounts on Facebook and MySpace. Well, you're hit now. After a 6-month hiatus, I don't know if we knew this or not, WWE referee Justin King. Have you missed him for 6 months? Anyway, he returned to officiating last Thursday at Florida Championship Wrestling television taping in Tampa. The freak non-wrestling incident in January left him with multiple fractures in his leg. Why don't you say what it is? We'd like to know. Monday's Raw saw Eve Torres become #1 contender to Alicia Fox's Diva Championship as a result of her victory over Maurice. Immediately following the bout, Finkel expressed his displeasure with the Raw Diva division, and more specifically, Eve. He says, "I've had it with the Raw division." The WWE Hall of Famer remarked during a live Raw chat on WWEUniverse.com. He added, "I don't hate the Divas. I'm not a fan who is the #1 contender." Listen, stay in the background, Howard. If you can't take it, stay back. We'll listen to Justin Roberts introduce people. At the July 6th Friday Night SmackDown taping, WWE ran a vignette for the Atlanta crowd introducing a new diva by the name of AJ Lee. The vignette, however, was cut from the broadcast. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, a decision was made to introduce the new character at one time during Alberto Del Rio, thus explaining why the vignettes introduced Lee have yet to surface. Once Del Rio makes his official WWE debut, promotion of Lee will commence. They don't want to do 2 vignettes, I guess. Pardon me. But you can, if you want, do 2 vignettes. We're all right. Lee's, whose real name is believed to be April Jeanette, is 23 years old, has been under contract with World Wrestling Entertainment since May of 2009. She's 5'2", 99 pounds, and is the smallest female performer affiliated with either pro wrestling organization. Prior to joining WWE, Lee worked independent wrestling shows throughout the Northeast. She's been competing professionally since September 2007. Remember Goldust's wife for a short time? She's, I think, about the same height. After 13 years, Hall of Famer Bret the Hitman Hart made his return to Madison, is going to be making his return to Madison Square Garden in what is being billed as Bret the Hitman Hart Appreciation Night. The officials at MSG website has announced that Hart will team up with the Hart Dynasty to wrestle 3 unspecified members of Nexus in a 6-man tag match September 25th SmackDown Live show. Alright, the match will mark Hart's first appearance at Madison Square Garden since September 1997 Monday Night Raw taping, which we saw him work a dark match with against Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. The rest of the card for that night is announced this way, or so far this way. Rey Mysterio versus Kane versus Jack Swagger, triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Kofi Kingston versus Drew McIntyre versus Christian versus Matt Hardy. Fatal 4-way match for Intercontinental Championship. Big Show versus CM Punk. MVP versus Cody Rhodes. Kelly Tiffany versus Michelle McCool and Layla. Word going around is that Kane's recent WWE World Heavyweight Championship victory was booked in part due to a belief that he's going to be retiring near the end of the year, or well, fairly soon anyway. F4W Online and Wrestling Observer newspaper reports. Let's say in the near future. Could be around Hall of Fame time. While the near future can mean a long time, especially in the world of wrestling, this is definitely means to be a commemorative last run to the top for the big veteran champion. Whether the informal talks of retirements will return, anything serious, will just remains to be seen. As backstage retirement talks, a lot through wrestlers though, introducing Kane's close storyline companion Undertaker often leads to nothing but push comes to shove. Hope you got all that. Anyway, this may be a spoiler for SmackDown and SummerSlam here. Regarding the unexpected Kane versus Undertaker feud, sources say it's still in the cards with a match tentatively penciled in for the WWE Night of Champions. At press time SummerSlam, for which Taker has been advertised, is to feature Kane defending against Rey Mysterio, but it's always possible that the Undertaker will be involved in some other way. Of course, maybe he'll help Rey get the win. Former TNA talent Johnny Fairplay congratulated a fellow reality TV star alumni Mike "The Miz" Mazanian on winning the Raw's Money in the Bank ladder match in a Facebook post Sunday night. He followed up the post Monday morning with a remark that TNA wrestling officials Jeff Jarrett made a few years ago concerning The Miz. Jeff says, is remembering back to 2004 when Jeff told me there was no money in The Miz. Fairplay wrote. Says, thanks, Jeff. Anyway, at the time, Zanian was working as independent shows around California for Ultimate Pro Wrestling, I guess, UPW. And he would catch a break, a few months later when he landed a spot on the 4th season of Tough Enough. That's where he all came from, and he's just amazing. John Morrison and Eve are advertised to appear at Daytona Lagoon Water Park in Daytona Beach, Florida. Saturday, July 23rd, 31st. And it's a meet and greet, 3 p.m. So get your cameras and head out to Florida. Chris Jericho's rock band Fozzy has released a music video for the song Let the Madness Begin. And you can see the video on YouTube somewhere. Tommy Dreamer's been contacted ECW alumni to work Hard Justice as Director of Talent. Terry Taylor has also. He's had in some of the financial negotiations. The rumor payoff for the non-contracted performance is said to be in a range from $500 to $1,000 for that night. It's been confirmed that Rob Van Dam is versus Jerry Lynn, I guess. And it's we'll see how that goes. I hope Dixie does good with it. I really do. Like to see two good organizations at it. Hey, I better get over here. Thanks for clicking. I gotta go.